Teddy Bridgewater. But one last thing I want to touch on real quick here. It looks like, man, I thought he was in the clear. I think everybody thought he was in the clear. It was almost like at the time when Malik Beasley was under investigation, Terry Rozier was supposed to be cleared of the investigation. But as Chris Haynes has reported, it looks like Terry Rozier is still under investigation for gambling. What do you think? Do you think this is an issue with athletes gambling in the NBA? I mean, it's probably on all platforms, but like, what's your thoughts on that, man? Like, it just seems like even with the Jonte Porters, like more athletes who have more access to money is still being investigated for this type of behavior.
Yeah, man. I feel like anytime the white man loses a lot of money, and when I say that, I'm talking about
Got
believe.
Dr. Umar.
Hey, look, listen. When it come to FanDuel, DraftKings, you're crazy if you're not thinking it's a white man at the tippy top who is counting his chips every time we go and miss a bet. So I'm being facetious a little bit using hyperbole. Obviously, it's not just one white man or just one person anyway benefiting. But my point is, somebody is losing a tremendous amount of money, and they have been able to correlate it to certain events. I think we will always see sort of investigations anytime there is suspicious amounts of money that is being lost. They're going to find somebody to blame. Now, I personally
So
don't
you
think
blame in Vegas?
I'm not blaming Vegas. Jonte Porter, or the guy who got caught up,
Mhm.
absolute idiot. But at this point, all we really know is it's just allegations. They're still investigating. It
Yeah,
didn't take them this long to confirm that Jonte Porter, once them allegations came out that, hey, they're investigating, a little bit later, we found out that rascal is going to jail.
yeah, it was
So
quick with him.
it was quick. And now this Terry thing, I mean, I feel like we've been hearing about it the last year, like the last year. I think we're just in a dead point in sports. And so shout out to Chris Haynes, big fan, actually. Shout out to Chris Haynes, but I think he's just they're trying to keep everyone involved in the media. And I feel like this is something that shouldn't really be a surprise. Nobody officially came out and said that it was closed and he was in the clear. At least no one from the feds did. So I'm not surprised. What you think though? You think this is something to be worried about? You think that this is going to be a common thing going with the NBA?
I mean, probably so. We're gonna have, like, say, scenarios where it's like where people lost money. We're seeing like plays, like kind of going back to the Malik Beasley play where it was in the game 7 where he dropped the ball. I don't think that was him throwing the game. I just think that was just a coincidence that he owed people money, his barber and dentist, and that he so happened to drop the ball. I don't think that had anything to do with anything, but it looks suspicious when nobody's around you and your point guard throws you the ball. You were a sniper for 3-point range. You've been hot all second half. And then now all of a sudden you got butterfingers and you owe people money. You've been going to court for stuff like this. You owe Dan Gilbert money. You owe
Mm-hmm.
your dentist money. You just had to settle court settlement for $20,000 or so for haircuts from your barber. So it looks suspicious, bro. It looks suspicious when it comes to this betting thing for him. Like I said, this is other things that kind of make it look like he could have threw that game. I don't think he did at all. I think he genuinely took his eyes off the ball, was trying to get set for the shot, and took had his eyes on the rim instead of the ball, vice versa, whatever. I just think that was just a bad mistake from him. But I do think it is something that NBA is going to be strict on, just because a guy like Jonte Porter, who is making it obvious that he's doing games, are going under on stats, doing BS behavior to profit off something when you have an NBA contract. And it goes to show you, like, bro, just use your IQ, bro. Stop being greedy, bro. You're in the NBA. You're now part of the privilege, bro. Act accordingly, man. Like, don't do this, bro. If I'm a million up, bro. Matter of fact, if I'm 100,000 up, 200,000, 300,000, I'm not looking to flip that, bro. I'm gonna invest that in some real
Mm-hmm.
estate, some other investments. I'm not going to FanDuel. I'm not going to a casino. So I think guys just gotta be smarter.
Just it's not worth your chicken, man. It's just not worth it. You picked up a ball, I'm sure, over 20 years ago. It was able to take you to a place to where you can legitimately make seven figures. Not only you, but you also have a brother in the NBA who's making more money than you. So
Got
like
bread.
you got bread. Any sort of business ventures that you want to get into, any sort of you got the perfect foundation for it. It's really no reason to even take a chance. But the human nature we know, guys are greedy. So
Right. I don't know, man. For lack of a term, and people tripping, bro. You think I want to be? I'm making millions. Ain't no way I'm gonna throw that away. I got a good job, got a great job, benefits and all. Great retirement plan. So you think I'm gonna throw that away for a couple, like a little bit of profit? Can you not gonna make what you make in the NBA from betting, bro? And then on top of that, bro, you think I'm gonna risk my freedom to go in jail with a bunch of men? I mean, no. If somebody's into that, that's what you into. I like being free. I've been around people. I like being around a whole bunch of men.
mhm.
So man, guys have got to be smarter, bro. Be more disciplined. But we'll see, man. How all this plays out. Hopefully, Terry Rozier is cleared. Same for Malik Beasley. Um, but yeah, we just gotta wait and see them.
Especially Terry, man. We big fans. I know you probably would never hear this, but hey, man, we big fans. We mess with you, Terry. Scary Terry, but hopefully it's not true, man. Hopefully it's not true.
Yeah, like I say, hey man. But shout out to FanDuel. Hopefully we get that sponsorship one day. But any other thing you want to touch on before we head up?
And a lot of just can't wait to catch some more of these NBA Summer League games. And then just kind of getting ready for that NFL season, baby. We
Yeah,
almost there.
yeah. Training camp I think starting August. So yeah, we right around the corner, man.
Can't wait for it, man. Shout out to all y'all who tuning in. Anybody who's tuning in, we appreciate you.
All right, we out.